Hi there, greetings everyone. I said I would be back to talk about our healing stone today. I actually posted that the other day and something came up and I wasn't able to get right back on. So today we are going to be talking about the healing stone that we selected last week, or shall I say I selected last week, and it was this lovely beauty, this beautiful one right here. And who can remember what that is? If you know what it is, you could put it down in the comments. Many of you are probably very familiar with it because it's pretty popular and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So I'm going to turn the camera around. Hi, how are you? Greetings, everyone. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Let's see if I can somehow put this down. Let's see. Hope this works. Probably not. Might have to hold it. Okay, got it in my hand. So, yes. Hi, how are you? How's everyone? This is the group that focuses on test anxiety, and we have a very holistic approach to overcoming test anxiety. We don't do the normal stuff, right? We try to delve into mind, body, and spirit solutions to overcoming test anxiety. Many of you have anxiety associated with thinking about taking a test, enrolling to take a test, applying to take a test, studying for a test, and actually taking a test. And some of you may actually have anxiety about waiting for the scores, and even after you get your scores, you may also have some anxiety. Which leads me to my next thing of having post test blues, right? Just wanting to see your interest in having a way that we can all connect. If you have failed your test and you just need additional support, you want to, share with others who failed. It's not about just commiserating. It's about, saying what happened. How were you feeling? What were you thinking? What were you experiencing? Sometimes you just have to have a space where you can share that part of your story without the judgment, without the, whatever comes with that. So, okay. So today we are talking about the amethyst. Amethyst, right? Look at that. As always, cameras can never fully give these beautiful crystals justice, right? Just seeing it in person gives it justice. It has so many faces on it. So like a diamond has facets, but a crystal has faces. Hi, greetings, Noni. How are you? Good to see you here. So crystals have faces, diamonds have facets, and other types of precious stones, they typically have facets. So as you can see with this crystal, you see how it's pointy at the tips, and then it's flat on the sides, almost forming smaller triangles or pyramids, right? So the flat surfaces, the flat sides are called faces. And so there's some science behind, how many faces a particular crystal has and what it all means, right? So gorgeous. So I remember one day I was looking at some stones and someone walked up and said, "Oh, that's a beautiful rock." And I remember feeling highly offended. I mean, technically it is a rock. But there is a chemistry involved. There's a science behind crystals and stones that goes beyond just calling it a rock. It's because of the compound, the makeup, the all the little scientific stuff that goes behind knowing what this is. I mean, it's much more than just a rock. Thank you for my hearts, Noni. You're such a wonderful person. So yeah, thank you, Noni, because that lets me know that you're listening, right? Because I try to connect and inspire, and oftentimes I don't get a lot of feedback, but I'm doing it because I really want to do it. It's from my heart. So oftentimes I'm just kind of talking to the choir, but it's okay. I think eventually someone will watch the replay, and in the quiet of their own home or their office, they get the message, they enjoy the video, but they're just not, expressive with it. They're not talking about it. Noni says, I'm so interested in this. Please do more. I always get this one or two people say, do more, do more. And so I know that I'm not consistent. So I think that's part of it. So I need to be a little more consistent so that you guys can tune in. Noni says, I will share in the Social Work Student Connect. Awesome, Noni. She's a wonderful young lady. And I see you doing all kinds of things out there. I see you making connections. I see you putting in the work. I see you supporting other social workers that are coming up and need the support. That is awesome. I think I said to you in one of the comments that I wish that was around when I was going through school. I started undergrad in like 91. That's not true. That's not true. I started undergrad in 86 and I graduated in 91. So yeah, this was before internet was invented. So there was not this level of support. But anyway, Amethyst. So why is Amethyst important? Why are we even talking about this in terms of test anxiety? What in the world does a stone like that have to do with test anxiety? So one thing about test anxiety is that it's typically it's a type of anxiety that starts in your fear center in your brain, and it expands outward and into your body. And so it can produce a lot of physiological symptoms, mental and emotional symptoms. And so test anxiety is all about having those thoughts, those repetitive, damaging thoughts that one cannot let go so easily, as well as having physiological experiences such as sweating or heart palpitations or nausea or headaches, memory loss, forgetfulness, sleeping problems. All sorts of things come along with test anxiety. And so my role and my mission and my vision is to help people use natural resources to help manage that, to help learn new methods of calming yourself and to eventually overcome it. Does someone ever fully overcome test anxiety? I believe that there is a strong possibility, but the worst scenario is that you will have coping skills and tools that you can use across the board, not just with test anxiety, but in life when stressors and anxieties come up. And so the amethyst is just one tool, one natural resource for your mind, your body, and your spirit that you can use and implement right away. So the amethyst is beautiful, but it has energy. And the reason why a little crystal like this would have energy is because, again, it comes from Mother Earth. And Earth radiates energy, right? Earth is not just soil and rocks and water, right? The earth that we live on, this planet that we live on, vibrates energy. And so this comes from the earth, right? It is pulled and extracted, hopefully gently and compassionately, from Mother Earth. And because it lives in Mother Earth and it incubates and it forms and it crystallizes, it emanates certain properties. And so all of the stones that I typically talk about have a specific energy property. Let me know if I'm coming across fuzzy too, because I think the last one I did was so fuzzy that people couldn't see me. So let me know if it's fuzzy or if it's dark or if there's any problem at all. So the amethyst helps with stress, right? Okay, Noni says she sees me clearly. Thank you, Noni. The amethyst helps with stress and strain, right? It also helps with mood stability. If you have a lot of mood swings, you're irritable, the amethyst will help to calm that. It's great for anger, fear, and rage, right? If you want to calm that down and soothe that emotion, you can hold and carry this. It is also good for insomnia, or if you're having difficulty sleeping, and amethyst can help with that. So, yeah. So this is my tip today. This is my healing stone for today. When I pop back in on another time, we can talk about another stone. Or if you have any recommendations, you can ask me if I have that particular stone, and then we can go over it. But I just wanted to show you once again the collection of some of the stones that I have in this office, and here are just a few. Great information. Thank you, Nicole. Thanks for joining. So yeah, so how many of you actually have an amethyst? How many of you have that beautiful crystal in your collection or at home? I think it's a great thing to go out and get. It's one of the crystals that I would recommend if you're just starting to get your crystal collection up. I would definitely recommend getting an amethyst. It's one of your top crystals to get in your arsenal of healing stones. They're sold everywhere. You can get them online. You can get them from different stores in your community. Maybe some metaphysical bookstores. They typically have them. There's all sorts of places. Some people swap them out and exchange them. But it's very important that when you get them, you consider where you're getting them from. If the energy of the person or the environment doesn't feel good, or doesn't feel safe, or has a negative vibration, you may want to reconsider. I have another one. Let me show you my other one over here. This is another one that I have. So that's pretty gorgeous too. Right? So I love that one. Again, this is what the backs look like, because they're stones, really, essentially, right? But they on the inside. Well, this is actually a geode. I believe this came from a geode, and so when you crack open the geode, on the inside is a beautiful formation. Beautiful formation. Yeah. So they all kind of look different. This is a smaller one, where the points and the facets are just smaller than the one I had shown you earlier, right? And this is a geode. So this, it looks like a round circular rock, and when you open it up, you may have like a crystal formation on the inside. This one wasn't the best, but I cracked this one open myself, so I like to keep that here. And see, this is another one. We'll talk about some of these later. Yeah, so this one was cut by a machine to make it flat like this, but we'll talk about this one on another occasion as well. Okay, so I am back. So Noni says, do you have information about vibrations too? Oh, that's a good question. So I do. I will have to do another video on vibrations. And we're talking about spiritual vibration, energetic vibration, right? That the rocks carry and hold. Is that what you're referring to? So yeah, I can definitely have another video on that. So anyway, thank you, Noni. So listen, I'm gonna hop off. So hopefully you all can go out and get a crystal. We also talked about, on another time, we talked about journaling. And there has been some science to prove that journaling can actually help too. So there's so many ideas and so many things I want to do with you guys, and thinking about doing some journaling sessions, or having a space where the people that are really serious about this kind of work, the journaling, the crystals, the oils, the meditations, the breathing, the yoga, all of those holistic mind, body, and spirit practices. For those of you that are really serious about it and really thinking about having a separate room or a separate way that we can connect and really get down deep into the meanings and how this all these practices from Eastern philosophies, Eastern practices, Africa and Asia, and how these practices can help you in your life. Nicole says, love journaling. It has helped me greatly. Absolutely. I'm going to show you these journals. I'm actually getting kind of low on my journals. We only have 2 left. So I have, oh no, I have some in here. So I always encourage my clients to get journals. And if they run out of journals or never buy any, I just go and buy a bunch of these notebooks. And we use them as journals until they can get their own. But I really encourage my clients to start journaling so that they can process for themselves what's happening in life, and then we can come back and talk about it. So, okay, ladies, so I will see y'all soon. And let me turn the camera back so you don't see my messy office. And okay, so thanks for participating, and I'll see y'all later. Take care. Peace and love.